Hey, this is John and Andrea. You're supposed to say hi.
Hi.
And we want to show you what we do to prepare our chickens for winter.
Let's go.
Okay, I want you to remember a couple of things, and that is wind and rain. What did I not say?
Cold. You know why?
Why?
Because chickens are really, really hot.
They are built for the cold. So,
all the way down to -20.
yes, and you do not need supplemental heat. Please don't put a heat lamp in your coop. Don't put extra heat. They don't need it.
You know who needs heat? Babies. Babies need heat.
I need heat.
Well, and humans.
Okay.
But not your chickens.
What if I'm cold, they're cold?
Nope, still doesn't apply here.
Okay. So, let's talk about how simple it is to get the coop prepared for winter. So everybody's got a little bit different setup. So we're going to talk about this setup first, which is a large run, and this leads into the barn. So what are we going to do in here?
So in here, what we normally do is kind of close up the sides, at least at a bottom half, because they're low to the ground, just to prevent wind from coming across, snow from coming across into here. Sort of like people put up snow fences, just for wind and rain and snow.
And what can you use?
You can use wood, you can use some plastic, old metal. We used pallets one time and they were great. You can use old chicken feed bags. Anything to stop the wind. A tarp would be good. But you don't have to block the top half, you just have to block the bottom half where they're at.
Because wind, that's the key word.
The key. They do not like cold wind. The other thing is when it gets cold, we actually pull this door shut. So this door is a heavy metal door, and everybody goes on the other side of this door and stays up on the roost.
So in the summer, they'll stay out here.
They can have access to out here at night.
The winter, we drive them in.
Everybody has to be in at night. So, speaking of the roost, so one of the ways that they do stay warm is they stay up here on the roost. And so they will sit next to each other like these girls up here are doing. You can see them sitting next to each other.
And the tighter they're packed in, the warmer they are.
Because, like us, body warmth is key for chickens.
And in the winter, it is 25 degrees warmer right here.
Which means also that our water does not freeze in the winter in here. So we did make this new roost.
You've already brought it inside from the outside.
Because we cleaned the coop, and one of our next jobs is actually going to be to put a few leaves on the bottom here to start the new compost period for our deep litter. Because this is what we use in here, is a deep litter method. Keeps them warm, keeps them occupied, because they're finding bugs that came in from the yard.
So your fall leaves and their poop mixed together to make a compost and generate heat.
Let's go talk about now a smaller coop that you might have, and you don't have the big barn like we do. Okay, so this is one of our coops we call Palace 3, and one of the things that I have already done is it has a little window which I have shut up. I also have put the feed up in the top here, because they don't roost in here most of the time, but that keeps their food dry in rain. And then because it's smaller, I've actually put the water up here, but you can see it's gotten dirty. So but this is one of the things that I try to do to keep water from freezing, which I've not had any water freezing in any of these since we've started having some freezing temps. On the bottom you can actually put some plastic, or just cover it with wood, just so it doesn't, but then keep at least one section open for ventilation, because they always need ventilation.
It's the same concept, just smaller.
So one of the things we allow them to have access to in the winter months and late fall, because I'm not using it, is our greenhouse. They get in there, they turn over my dirt, so nothing is growing on the bottom. And they get a place to be dry, dust bathe, and this is always warm inside of here. So we normally keep it open just a crack though in the winter months, just so the sun really heats that up and it gets pretty warm in there for them.
So not everybody has a greenhouse, but if you have a space where they can go.
You can see we've actually done over here, which is tarped up, so that stuff can't get in it from wind and rain. But still has quite a bit of ventilation, and it's been great for some of our ducks.
We may take this down, but if it was to stay up, it would give them some shelter, breaks from the wind, and it is tarped up at the top and on 3 sides. And a 3-sided structure is a great structure. It means that the wind's not going to go through, so it keeps them out of the wind.
Same thing applies for quail, by the way. They're just another bird. So in the sunny days, we'll leave this door right open so they can get a lot of bright sunlight and a lot of heat from the sun. On the cold, windy days, we just pull this shut, and now they're protected.
Even though it's open here, you just want to keep them out of the wind.
Birds really don't like wind. So we've told you about wind and rain. It does not apply to your ducks. They actually love wind and rain and will stand out in a storm. They will get into the water. We usually put a bird bath heater in our water, and they will get in as long as they can.
Even when it is 20 degrees, if there is water in there because of a bird bath heater, they're jumping in.
So one last thing about the straw we have here, that does help keep them warm. I put it in nest boxes for them. It gives them a nice warm feeling while they're laying their eggs. Sometimes I put it down on the ground where it's a little bare in the coop, because some of my babies like to sit down. Straw keeps them warm and dry. One more tip I forgot.
Oh.
So at the end of the night, an hour before bedtime, I always give my girls and boys some whole corn. Whole corn is an energy food, so it will keep them warm all night along with their neighbors who may have not gotten any corn.
Yeah, chickens metabolize what they eat about 6 hours later. So the middle of the night, they are metabolizing that corn, and it's going to keep them warm. Don't stress out too much about winterizing the coop. It really is easy. Again, remember those 2 things: wind and rain. Keep the wind off of them, keep the moisture off of them, give them plenty of ventilation. Don't overheat them. They will be fine. That is, unless you live in a super cold climate. I mean, if you live up in the north of Alaska,
then you got other problems like bears.
But if you live in temperate climates, North America, block the wind, block the rain, they're gonna be fine. In 6 years of raising chickens, we had 1 cold accident, and that was Peggy.
Yep, she did not get on the roost, so it's important that you get all of your chickens off of the ground. That's one thing that you saw. We had a lot of roost in there. It's because everybody needs to get up off of that ground at the end of the night when it's going to be freezing cold.
If they want to be on the ground, pick them up, put them there.
Yep.
Peggy stayed on the ground. She didn't have anybody to nuzzle up to, and her feet got frostbit and lost them. Occasionally our roosters will get frostbit combs, but they all recover. So don't stress, just block the wind, keep the rain out. All right, well, thanks for watching. Good luck winterizing your coop. Tell us what you do.
And we'll see you later on the homestead. Bye, everyone.
Bye.